Coming up this week on Ralph and Vicky's The Choice.
This is what hunting is supposed to be about. It's not about how big the rack was. It's about being able to create memories that'll last lifetimes.
Just don't panic, bud. Don't panic, bud. Don't panic.
Gonna be late, Ralph. Hey, welcome to this week's The Choice.
Yeah, this week The Choice, well, we are continuing
Yes.
Australia, the outback, the
Yes.
ultimate. And I mean, to be there with RJ, you and I, that's a dream come true.
This was a bucket list for us, and you know what? RJ, he wanted to go down there with us. At one of his biggest things is he wanted to see a kangaroo in the wild, which is really cool. And I mean,
He must get that
went
from
down
you.
there and nothing wrong with a little bounce in your step. Get it, kangaroo bounce. Boing, boing, boing. Anyways, we have lots to share with you.
What's in
it
the
was
pouch?
a great time. We had a great family time down there for the most part in Australia, and we have lots to go. I mean, we're talking water buffalo, we were talking like scrub bulls, kangaroos, all kinds of fun things to do.
Crocodiles,
Crocodiles.
Snakes. Anthills, that are
Yeah.
the size of a
Big
house.
giant termite moths. Yeah, they're
or
huge.
termite moths.
Yeah,
I'm
termite
sorry.
moths, yeah.
I said anthills.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
They're not ants.
it's the first time I was down there. Give me a little bit of room here.
First time I was too.
It is so cool that we could share this.
It really is. As a family, we've been blessed, and to be able to take RJ to Australia, I mean, this is a bucket list for all of us, and for us to go down there and be able to share it together as a family, and actually do tourist things too, not just the hunting side.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm not into tourist stuff.
He didn't like the large market, you know. He had okay fun, you know, going on the croc boat.
Well, guys, we're going to look for the crocs. We're actually going to look for the crocs now.
And, you know, but even like listening to the didgeridoo at the market was really cool. At one point in time, we're on a tourist bus, and Ralph, RJ, and Josh are all sound asleep while we're doing a tour.
Yeah.
I have a photo of
It was thrilling. We need those like when you fall asleep like this. And then they wouldn't know how boring it really was.
Help me. This is what I have to deal with RJ and Ralph and my family.
Oh, look.
It's
there
another
went-
termite mound.
Yeah, wow.
From the get-go, when we first talked to George about going to Australia, the first thing RJ said was kangaroos.
Kangaroos.
And thankfully, we saw kangaroos. And you know what? The grin on RJ's face, so seriously.
When we saw the kangaroo,
it went from ear to ear. And
it's like Christmas time.
it was like it didn't matter that, you know, that he had hunted, you know, he's hunting water buffalo and scrub bulls, and being in Australia, he saw the kangaroos.
That made his trip.
That's all he needed. I mean, he's been so fortunate to travel with us and to witness so much with us.
You know, and we always say it, but please understand it. We never take this for granted.
No, we thank God every day
to
for
share
it.
this with the ones you love. I mean, this is what hunting is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
It's not about how big the rack was. It's not about, you know, record books. This is what it's about. It's about being able to share this, create memories that'll last lifetimes. And at the end of the day, thank God for the opportunity.
Yeah, we've been hunting all day. We've probably been on 3 or 4 encounters all day. We're just starting to head home. And just before we're going to cross the river, we've seen another really big bull. He's one of the nicest ones we've seen so far, so here we go.
It's RJ's turn to stalk the Australian outback for Asian water buffalo. He and George are in the middle of a drainage moving toward a big bull.
And right before dark we found a really nice bull, probably one of the biggest ones we'd seen all day. So he made a stalk down the river, had the wind right, come up over a riverbank, and there he was. Don't want to go too far this way. Put one in it. Put one in it. Okay. The little calf's just in front of him. Oh, he's facing. What? Left shoulder. There. Yep. Well done.
Thank you.
Hey, it's all the excitement, eh? Well done. Let's go and look at him, mate. There goes your shot, mate. Right here, right where I told you.
Your shot was right there.
Exactly. Quartering in, perfect.
Unbelievable. George, unbelievable. I mean, RJ, George told you where to put it. You know what I mean? He said left shoulder, he was slightly quartering to you. Your shot was right there, and it went all the way through.
When we were finally all up to it, I sat down behind it. This thing is huge. It's bigger than me. The horns are huge. In my mind, my mind was blank. It was amazing. And a benefit to this is it was bigger than my mom, so that's a good thing.
Look at the length on that bull.
Nice.
George, I mean, that's what you're looking for, right?
Yep, you know when you know.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
all I can say.
no-brainer, right?
It's a no-brainer.
You see him and you go, yeah, we got to go after him.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely amazing. I can't explain how many animals we have seen. We had opportunities every single day we've gone out, but man, you did it. You got him set up perfect, and I'll tell you what.
That's a long shot for a buffalo. You don't want to shoot any longer than that.
Yeah, what 130?
130. And you know, average shot on a buffalo is 50, 80.
Yes, sir.
So that's what we're talking about.
You
With
did
a
it.
338. Well done.
Proud of you, buddy. Very proud of you.
As the sun breaks across the outback, the crew is up for breakfast, and George has a surprise.
So RJ shoots a water buffalo. A beautiful water
Big
buffalo.
water buffalo.
Crazy. And then George is like,
Hey, let's try for a scrub bull.
because at this point we realized that as we were hunting our water buffalo, the scrub bull are actually more skittish, more
Man.
crazy, more like worried about everything than the water buffalo are. And George is like, RJ needs one. So, hey RJ, you're up again.
Wish I was 14.
Scrub bulls are a mixture of feral cattle that were once domesticated and used by British troops for work and meat. Once released into the bush, they quickly turned wild and have created stable populations across the northern tier of Australia. These bovine are no slouches and are as wary as they come, making for an exciting and difficult stalk.
Not as easy, huh?
That's hunting. We had to try it, didn't we?
That was fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? So now we're hunting scrub bulls, and we spot one. We got to come around, get the wind, and when we come around, there's a water buffalo.
Right, so to get around, we had to cross a dry part of the river,
Yeah.
but then there's water down where we're setting up, and as we're getting ready to set up, like you said, that water buffalo shows up. And George has us all squat down and just sit and wait. So we wait, and that water
He goes
buffalo,
down and drinks.
right,
RJ creeps up. They get up in that little perch of that tree
yeah,
to get a good rest because he's got to shoot over
The water.
water on the other side of the bank and try to get that scrub bull. I mean, this is all just going on, and you're sitting there and you're like, there's my son, and there's a proud moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
he's doing whatever.
he's a
He's
big
become
kid.
a predator
He has.
because now he's starting to realize that, you know, back, I think there was, years ago, there was hesitation. Oh, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this. Now
He's like climbing up
he's
a tree
into it.
to get a gun rest.
And Dad's pretty proud at this time. I mean,
Mom's a little nervous.
yeah, come on. Suck it up, buddy.
George and RJ are making a stalk on a scrub bull when a water buffalo stops their progress.
Good shot. Good shot. Just don't panic, bud. Don't panic, bud. Don't panic. RJ, don't panic. Pants. Hey, you just never do it easy, do you, bud? It's good.
You're good, buddy.
Oh. Hey, what are you trying to do to us?
So everything gets set up, and RJ, okay, that water buffalo goes down the bank, down into the creek there. We don't know what's in. There's lots of water down in that part of the creek there. And we're set up, and we all got different angles. We're all getting ready to film it, and RJ shoots and makes a great shot on his scrub bull.
Pins him.
But the second that he shoots, he pulls that trigger, it obviously scares the tar out of the water buffalo that's actually below him in the water.
He comes up, faces us snorting. We're like, oh.
George, I mean, everything happens so fast. I mean, and it could be really dangerous. I mean, that buff comes straight up at us.
You don't want to deal with that.
George is on him. RJ realizes what's going on. He's trying to get another shell into his chamber. And he slips. It's like in slow motion. You watch him slide down the trunk of the tree and is hanging on roots above the water. And our hearts are falling out of our chest. George is on that buff. The buff, thankfully, walks off.
You're thinking crocodiles, snakes, you're thinking all this stuff.
All kinds of things, and so we all go running up to RJ, go try grabbing him. I think you gave him a major wedgie.
Well,
to get him
what
out
I
of the
did,
water.
it was the dad moment, where that strength comes from, you don't know where.
Yeah, because he's a big kid.
I just grabbed his River's pants, and lifted him out, and I mean, yeah, I think it might have been a pretty deep wedgie. Sorry, bud.
You good, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Yeah, we zapped the mic.
Hey, you. What are you trying to do to us? I'll do the R, you can do the J. Get up there and I'll give you the knife. I've seen you in rivers before. Oh, you're taller than me.
Well, that was a pretty exciting day, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, it was. It's been an exciting hunt with you guys.
Yeah, we got our first stalk up earlier in the morning. That didn't go too well. We kind of tried to sneak up on them with a little cow.
Yeah.
That didn't work very well. And then we drove around a few hours more, probably, something like that.
Found this old bull on the river. He seen us from the car, so we headed up the river further. The wind was good that way. We let him settle for a bit. We thought we'd make a stalk down the far side of the river.
Thank you again.
Cheers, RJ, good man. Been awesome hunting with you.
Amazing hunt. Had a little adrenaline.
Yeah.
Now RJ has taken some critters.
Oh, yeah.
And it is so cool, though, again, I mean, we keep saying it, to share it with RJ and watch him take his first animal down in Australia, down under. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then the campfire.
I think what's funny is no matter where you are, whether we're in the Yukon, whether we're in New Zealand, whether in Australia, whether you're back home in Illinois,
Right.
you have a campfire, and it brings you back to reality. It just,
you
just
take in the day, you rethink, you relive everything in your head on how the hunt had gone, that day had gone from the sun up to sundown. I mean, it's just part of it. And then dinner and the whole, the whole
Just
Stewart family,
everything.
everyone down there at Lethan Valley, and to share it with RJ and Ralph, and as a family, it was pretty awesome.
What an incredible adventure.
It was an amazing adventure, and for us to share it as a family,
Ah.
I mean, we are truly blessed.
George, everybody at Lethan Valley,
Thank
thank
you
you
guys
so
so
much. I mean,
much.
I would go back there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I know RJ wants to go back there in a heartbeat.
Yes.
I mean, he is ready to do it. He wants to go back, and he wants to see more kangaroos. And
He
you know
wants
what?
to take his Hoyt
The
now,
whole-
though. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, he wants to take his Hoyt down there now instead. And what was really cool too is, I mean, the memories we made. Here's RJ, and he goes and he shoots a scrub bull, and he slides down.
Falls in.
You
He's
know,
hanging on there for dear life.
It was crazy, but we
Superman
can laugh
comes
at
and
it
saves
now.
him.
You gave him a major wedgie.
Yeah,
Anyways, we want to thank you for making your choice.
the choice.